Okay, so picture this. A stunning black and white photograph, but here's the twist. It wasn't taken in the real world, it was captured in Second Life. You know, that digital world where people build lives, relationships, even careers for their avatars.
Right.
Our deep dive today is all about exploring that unexpected intersection, the timeless art of black and white photography meeting the boundless creativity of a virtual world.
It's a fascinating juxtaposition, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have this medium, often associated with capturing raw, authentic moments, placed within an environment known for its constructed nature.
Exactly. And our guide through this intriguing world is Oema, a Second Life artist and photographer. They wrote this really fascinating article about their work, and you know me, I had to dive in.
Yeah.
Now, Oema didn't start as a photographer in Second Life. They were initially drawn to writing about the amazing art scene thriving in that virtual space.
Wow, so it's like they were bridging the gap between two worlds,
Yeah.
introducing those outside Second Life to the creativity happening within it.
Totally. But then Oema decided to kind of take the plunge themselves, not just write about art in Second Life, but actually create it.
I see.
And get this, they specialize in black and white photography.
Really?
Yeah. Now you might be thinking what I was in, why limit yourself to black and white in a world exploding with color?
Yeah, it's a question that goes to the heart of their artistic philosophy, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. See, Oema talks about how the digital world, especially a place like Second Life, can just be this whirlwind of visual noise.
Right.
You've got avatars decked out in vibrant colors, fantastical landscapes, constantly shifting environments.
Yeah.
And what Oema found was that black and white photography, for them, it cuts through all that.
It's like they're using the absence of color to highlight something deeper, something more fundamental about their subjects.
Right.
It's like saying, forget all the bells and whistles, the carefully curated facades. Let's just focus on the core truth beneath.
And that's where it gets really interesting, because Second Life, for all its digital extravagance, it's still a place where people connect, form relationships, express themselves. And Oema's photography taps into that very human element. In their article, Oema says black and white photography cuts through the artifice, capturing those genuine moments of connection and vulnerability that define our shared humanity. It really struck me, that idea that a world often seen as artificial might actually be the perfect place to capture those raw, human moments.
It's like Oema suggesting that by stripping away the distractions of color, we can see each other more clearly, connect on a deeper level. And isn't that what we're all searching for in the real world and online?
It's like that old saying, the eyes are the window to the soul. But maybe in Second Life, it's black and white photography that acts as that window, allowing us to peer beyond the avatars and see the people beneath.
Precisely. And this brings us to how Oema actually creates their art. They use digital tools like everyone else. Photoshop is a big one. But there's this constant push and pull between embracing technology and preserving authenticity.
So it's not about manipulating images beyond recognition.
Exactly. Oema talks about walking this fine line. They use Photoshop not to create something like entirely new, but to enhance what's already there. Like they might use dodging and burning, techniques that have been around since, the days of film photography, to subtly manipulate light and shadow, adding depth and emotion to their images.
It's like they're using these tools to kind of guide our gaze, to emphasize certain elements of the photo and draw out those unguarded moments.
And here's where it gets really interesting. Oema also experimented with AI in their photography, which, given the digital landscape of Second Life, feels like a natural progression.
Oh, absolutely. AI is everywhere these days. But how did it fit into Oema's philosophy of capturing genuine moments?
Well, initially, they were drawn to AI's ability to kind of transform images, to create something entirely new from the familiar. They even experimented with AI tools that could generate images in the style of famous photographers. Like, imagine merging classic aesthetics with this virtual world.
That sounds amazing. Did they stick with it?
For a while, but ultimately, Oema felt like something was missing. They talk about how using AI felt like relinquishing some of their creative control, like the algorithm was dictating the final product instead of them.
So even though AI offered all these exciting tools, it ultimately pulled them away from that direct connection with the image, that sense of capturing a fleeting moment in time.
Exactly. Oema talks about rediscovering the magic of unadulterated virtual photography, that thrill of capturing a genuine moment as it unfolds organically in Second Life, without algorithms getting in the way.
It's like, even though they're working within a completely digital environment, There's this deep appreciation for the unedited moment, that
Mm.
pure, unfiltered glimpse into the virtual world they've chosen to inhabit. And, that actually ties into a larger point Oema makes about Second Life as a whole. Oema describes Second Life as like this incredible platform for creative exploration, the space where all those limitations of the physical world, they kind of fade away.
Yeah.
And you can truly let your imagination run wild.
And it's not even just about the technology itself.
Right.
It's about the community. That shared understanding that in this space, anything is possible. You can build castles. You can fly to the moon. You can attend a concert with a rock star. Like, the only limit is your own imagination.
It's like a giant sandbox. But instead of sand, it's pixels. And the creations are limited only by your creativity. But within that vast playground, Oema chooses to focus on this very specific, very human form of art.
Right, and I think that's what makes their work so compelling. In this world of endless possibilities, they're drawn to capturing those fleeting moments of human connection, those unguarded expressions that kind of reveal our shared vulnerabilities and aspirations.
It's like they're saying, yeah, this world is virtual, it's constructed, but the emotions we experience within it, the connections we forge, those are very real.
Absolutely, and this leads to another fascinating aspect of Oema's work. They talk about how creating art in Second Life, even in this very constructed environment, can be a really powerful form of self-discovery.
Ooh, tell me more about that. How does, taking pictures in a virtual world lead to self-discovery?
Well, think about it. When you're taking photographs, you're essentially observing, framing moments, deciding what to capture and what to leave out. And in Second Life, the subject matter is often deeply personal.
Right.
You're capturing your avatar, your interactions, your experiences in this virtual space.
So it's like holding up a mirror to your digital self.
Exactly. And in those reflections, you might discover something new about yourself,
Yeah.
something you hadn't considered before. Maybe you notice patterns in the experiences you're drawing to, the relationships you form, the way you choose to express yourself through your avatar.
That's fascinating. It's like those personality tests that kind of reveal hidden aspects of your character. But instead of answering questions, you're creating art. Precisely. And this all kind of circles back to what Oema describes as this, beautiful connection between art, technology, and human emotion. They're not just taking pretty pictures in a virtual world. They're exploring what it means to be human in the digital age, how we form identities, how we express ourselves, and how we connect with each other in these spaces that kind of blur the lines between the real and the virtual.
And they're doing it all through the lens of this seemingly simple yet incredibly powerful medium of black and white photography. It's funny, we started this deep dive talking about how black and white photography seems like an unexpected choice for a world as visually vibrant as Second Life. But now it feels like the perfect choice. I completely agree. It's like Oema is showing us that sometimes by stripping away distractions, by embracing limitations, we can actually see things more clearly, connect more deeply, and discover, a deeper truth within ourselves and the world around us.
It leaves you pondering, doesn't it? Is Second Life, this world, often dismissed as artificial, actually the perfect setting to explore the essence of what makes us human? That's something I'll be thinking about long after this deep dive.